hardships and the nightmare stories that you hear from all different types of people. It's just when you don't see that dollar bill, the $100 bills, right? You don't really feel it. But guess what? When it gets sucked out of your bank account, or it gets sucked out of your savings account, or you lose everything you've been working for because some idiot gave you a free $5. Some idiot, some criminal. They're really criminals, in my opinion. Gave you $5 and hooked you. So now you a month later you're scratching your head and all your accounts are empty. You can't pay your tuition. You can't pay your rent. You can't pay anything. I mean, it's even driven kids to kill themselves, to suicide. We got this crazy suicide rate going on in America. Part of it has to do with these kids are over gambling. They're getting themselves in really, really shitty, really bad situations, and it's creating tremendous hardships that gotta stop. It's gotta stop. And one of the ways to stop it is banning it on the internet and banning the television ads. Okay? If somebody wants to go in person and they're an adult and they want to dish out their money, a couple hundred, whatever it is, and they see that couple $100 and they give it and go, ooh, that's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying here? And that's one of the problems with the illegal bookmakers. They take it all on credit over the phone. Do you understand? And that's one of the things I was always against too. You know, these bookmakers all over the country, they got reputations with people when they call, and you call them and and they do their thing, and then it's credit. So the guy's not. I like it when you got to go in person and you got to put that money down, and the guy sees that money and he understands. He's an adult. He understands, and he's betting $1,000. That's my mortgage. That's my kid's tuition.
You're adding accountability to it. That's the whole. That's the whole thing that these people want to stay away from. There's no accountability. If there's no physical transaction, there's no actual person-to-person contact, there's no accountability because it's just numbers on a page and they float away. Now, and I agree with you. If you want to go, it's like the cat's out of the bag, so it's never going back in. The toothpaste's out of the tube. So if you want to go to a casino and you want to make a bet, God bless, right? You're an adult. You make that bet. You want to put your own money, just like you said, put the hundreds on the table, put them on the card, whatever, go out and swipe it. You're there. Sitting on the couch, that's a tough sell, because now it's not just, you're not just betting on at 2:00, it's on a Sunday afternoon watching an NFL game. Now it's 2 a.m. You're watching Ukrainian soccer and versus like some minor league team you've never heard of before. And that's it. Well, I got the dogs barking over here, but that's it.
Well, the dogs barking for
they know. They're getting worked up. They're getting worked up at this conversation.
The dog say, "Right on, man. You're so right." My master knows what he's talking about.
But so let's take it back to like the pressures on the kids, because that's really what we're talking about. Not only, I think we kind of touched on this last week lightly, but how you're adding. Remember, professional sports is one thing. And what we kind of said is collegiate sports is professional sports at this point. But the fact of the matter is these kids are 18 years old. 18 to 22-year-olds. You are extremely, extremely impressionable at 18 years old. And when you're put under that line of fire, you made I think you said this last week, or maybe we were talking about this on the phone, but how you don't like how when they do a penalty, the referee says the number in college. Professionals, that's a whole other side of this coin, right? But when you're in college, don't say the number, because that adds more pressure onto the kid. They're 18 years old. They're walking around campus. They got to go to class, right? And the last thing they need is like people chirping them on their walk to economics 202. And they're like, oh my gosh, I got this exam now. And now I'm like, people are chirping me as I'm walking to class.
The kids in the class are busting
because the kids in class have the cell phone that they're betting on the game. So now the kid in class is like, hey man, I can't pay tuition next year because you missed that catch. You realize that? And like, that's real. And if you want to like say it's not, like you're kidding yourself. But that's the real factor, is that the actual pressure on these kids is astronomical. We said this last week. You're playing on national TV. Now you're adding in the pressures of gambling. You're not letting these kids grow and develop in a culture that is conducive to success. It's just pressure, pressure, pressure. And it was the first game of the year this year. Ohio State, Texas, hyped up beyond all belief, right? Arch Manning making his big debut. This kid has been crowned since he was in high school. He goes out, didn't play well, but like, let's be honest, he's playing against the number one team in the nation. So like, could you really expect it? But he throws an interception or makes a bad play, flip to commercial. He's on the Warby Parker ad. He's doing all these commercials. When your face starts popping up on all the commercials, people don't care. People don't want to be nice to you because they're like, you know what? He got paid for that. He got paid for this. He's making more money than I make in a lifetime just off that one ad.